I'm Tom from Do It Yourself Home Automation, and you may be curious why your Amazon Echo doesn't wake up when it hears its name, Alexa, that, spoken during a commercial or somewhere else on TV. For example, during the Super Bowl this year, they had a commercial where Jeff Bezos kept saying that name over and over again, and nobody's devices actually woke up for it. So the reason that this happens is that for broadcasts with a commercial that talks about the device, there's actually a neat audio trick that Amazon is using to basically tell the devices not to wake up. And they won't disclose exactly what that is, but people have analyzed the waveform of those commercials, and they found that there's actually a chunk of the audio that's been deleted within the waveform. And that's, I believe, the range between 4,000 and 6,000 hertz, or kilohertz. And that is the range, that's basically the most human speech is up to about 1,000 kilohertz, and then above that, all the way up to about 20,000 is technically within the range of human hearing. But if you take out that chunk, then it doesn't really sound different to us because it's outside of most of human speech, above 1,000 kilohertz. But it signals to the devices that this isn't normal speech and that they should not wake up. So basically, by editing this audio to remove that specific chunk of the spectrum and then teaching the devices to only activate if the full spectrum is present with that command, then they're able to broadcast something that sounds to us exactly like a person saying the wake word for the Amazon Echo, but it doesn't actually activate the devices. And people have theorized also that with other television broadcasts and that kind of thing, oftentimes they're actually compressing the audio so that they're only using a certain chunk of the spectrum. And for the same reason, if the device hears only that compressed chunk of the spectrum and not the full spectrum that you would get with somebody in the room actually talking, then it will not wake up the device. And this raises some interesting kind of edge cases, we would call them in the programming world. One is apparently on certain news broadcasts, if somebody says the word Alexa, then the device actually will wake up. And part of that might be that for these broadcasts, they're not limiting the range of the spectrum. And so if somebody says the word in there, it's basically still able to wake the device up. Another kind of funny use case is if you actually have a Google Home, which is a competing product, and you put it next to your Echo and ask it to talk to your Echo, it will speak to your Echo and actually wake it up, and they'll have a little conversation, which is kind of a cute thing. So they must have coordinated in some way on that, where it makes sure that the device that's producing, the Google Home that's producing that wake word, must be producing it in the right frequencies to mimic the full spectrum of human speech, so that the Alexa actually knows to, or the Echo actually knows to wake up. So that's getting very much into the technical aspects, but basically, that's why if you say the wake word in your home, it knows to wake, but if it hears that on the TV or in a commercial, it will not wake most of the time. If you find this helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps.